back to discussions with Ted about Batman.
Alright, so here's the question I wanted to ask. What, in your opinion, would need to happen with Bruce Wayne in particular for him to make him an interesting character?
I'm not... Okay, well, I'm not sure if I'm the best person to answer
Well, no,
that
I think you're
because,
perfect because you say you don't like Batman. So, in your opinion, what would Batman need to be in order for him to become interesting?
Well, first he needs to be played by Ben Affleck.
Well, I'm not really sure if... generally, when I, with my superheroes, I prefer something a little bit less grim than Batman. So what makes him work for other people is part of the reason why I don't like him, I guess, because, I prefer a more upbeat, Spider-Man, Deadpool, stuff like that. Actually, one of my least... I'm not actually a big fan of...
I don't know, Spider-Man comics can get pretty grim.
Well, no, in Well, that's the thing, in Spider-Man, I don't particularly care for the Venom black suit stuff because it's just Peter Parker moping about forever. And, I don't think that's an
The time Gwen Stacy died?
Yeah, well, that worked for... Well, there has to be drama, but, Spider-Man's...
Oh.
I'm sorry, we're saying...
if to make it more... I guess, if to make it appeal more to me, I'd want it to be more like 60s. At least a little bit more 60s.
You would probably like Brave and the Bold, then.
Maybe, because, he beats up robotic, John Wilkes Booth, and that's fun. That's fun.
So it is partly a taste thing.
It is, I'm not, that's what I was trying to say, is just because I don't like him, that doesn't necessarily mean I think it's bad. Those are two different things.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Definitely.
So, yeah, it's just, again, a lot of the stuff that I would like to see changed is stuff that I know most other people would not agree with, so that's why I just try not to say I'm an authority on the subject.
Hey, no given superhero is necessarily for everyone. I mean, you have your Batmans, you have your Spider-Mans, you have your Spawns, and it's always going to be different, and different people are going to like it or not like it.
And then there's Rob Liefeld.
Personally, I'm not big on any superhero. I just like the Arkham games because they're well put together, and they do a good job with the universe.
You don't need to be a Batman. You don't need to be a fan of Batman to enjoy these games.
It helps.
It helps a lot, yeah.
Well, yeah, but
there are a lot of call-outs to things in the universe that you won't necessarily get unless you're a longtime fan who's been paying attention for a while, which I haven't, so I usually have to have them pointed out to me by other people.
At the same time, though, they have files that you can read just for the sake of getting immersed inside the world of the Arkham series.
Yeah,
it still helps if you're a fan of the mythos, but
I think hold on. Is this like Final Fantasy 13 novels where you need to read all that?
No,
you don't need to.
No, we're just talking like files on like villains and stuff that don't appear in the game, but you'll see call-outs to them.
Yeah.
In like the Asylum.
Stuff that you can read. Yeah. Stuff that you can read that you can get context that is there but not necessary.
Yeah, it's
like if you don't know who, say, Firefly is.
Yeah, it's like one of the things that Arkham Asylum would do is like you would find something belonging to a specific villain or maybe their old jail cell, and then you get a file on them. So you'd open up the file. There's a picture of the villain and an entry on who they are and what they did.
Penguin sounded pissed.
It's.
Oh boy! That
guy sounds like Bale Batman. I think he just knocked out Christian Bale.
One thing I like about Arkham City in particular is it really does get you into the Gotham City setting, which you didn't really get in Arkham Asylum because you were stuck on the island.
Then Origins fucks that all up.
Origins.
Well, no, Origins is just City, only with a little more added.
And nothing and less to do.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, if you can glitch your way out of Arkham Asylum, out of Arkham City, I'm sorry, you can glitch your way out of Arkham City and glide around the cityscape, and that cityscape is exactly what they used to make Arkham Origins overworld.
Not necessarily, but the background city drop is remarkably detailed for something you can't ever go to intentionally.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arkham Origins, adds a giant bridge and a completely new part of Gotham. So it's, I wouldn't say double the size of City, more like 1.5 times the size of Arkham City. But there's nothing much more new to do in that new part of the city that you couldn't already do in the older part of the city. And in a sense, it's cut. Yeah, damn it.
Kick.
Damn, that's right in the kidneys. In a sense, and to be perfectly honest here, that's an aspect of Arkham Knight that's kind of terrifying me at the moment, because the developer interviews that we've had so far are saying that Arkham Knight's world is going to be like 4 or 5 times the size of City.
Well, at least you have the car in that one.
Yeah, but that's still fucking humongous considering the size of City's, world.
Honestly, I don't think that the size will be an issue as long as they design around it. Like,
Riddler trophies, man. I'm just thinking of the fucking Riddler trophies.
Okay, I'm gonna gush over Banjo-Tooie again for a moment because that's one of my favorite games. But that game is huge. But there's also warp pads everywhere and stuff, so you can get basically from one point of any part in the game to another part of the game within like 5 minutes.
Well,
and within each world, you can get to wherever you want within like 2. So, it's not, as long as you make it convenient for the player, the size of the world shouldn't even really be a problem.
Well, convenience versus size is a thing. Having enough to do in the game to justify the size is another thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
And that was one of the complaints I kept hearing about Arkham Origins, was that, the overworld was bigger, but there wasn't enough to do.
There was a lot less to do,
Yeah, and, oh, I forgot about being able to do that.
I just hope that they don't make Gotham huge in Arkham Knight just for the sake of, now we can put 5,000 Riddler trophies here. No, don't do that, because I hate it in City. I would despise that in Night.
Yeah, and it's a pitfall in a lot of open world games where there's a lot of space, but either there's not enough to do, or the stuff you do is monotonous. Like, if I go back to Infamous for a bit, I will say, like, even though when you consider it, the Empire City and New Marais are nowhere near as big as the cities they're based on. Like, nowhere even close. But you're never short on things to do for the amount of space you're given to work with at any point in the game.
And to Origin's credit, I did appreciate the fast travel with the Batwing.
Yeah, but that was just to get a move on with the story stuff. I still didn't feel like the entire area felt justified in being as big as it was.
Yeah. And you had to unlock the comms tower in order to do it in the first place, too.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have something so that you can't skip to the last area of the game via fast travel, but... Like, I've never played the game, so I have no idea, like, how much...
No, you're right, though. You're right.
Well, when you fast travel, is it specific points in the city that you can go to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the most unsafe way to disable this kind of technology that you could possibly do. Just reach in and fucking rip its guts out.
Yeah. This goes beyond Fonzarelli fix.
Well, he is fixing his problem.
Well, yeah, Batman's fixing his problem, but not Penguin's.
Who cares about Penguin's problems?
Wouldn't fixing Penguin's problem be making Batman's problem worse?
Batman likes a challenge.
Yeah.
He lied. So did you ever get all the Catwoman stuff?
No.
Neither have I.
What's the point?
I don't know. Trophy, I guess.
I don't care.
You couldn't even get that right. I hope Batman broke every bone in your stupid bodies.
Well, as long as it didn't kill them, I certainly could, Penguin.
Can you strategically break every bone in someone's body without killing them?
Oh, probably.
Well, internal bleeding would probably be atrocious by that point, and they'd probably die from that.
I have a question. When you're running and sliding and jumping over things, is that automatic?
Yeah. We have to hold the X button
so
to run, but...
It's like, it's just like the ninja run in Metal Gear Rising. Just automatically traversing obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
You can also slide kick vent grates to instantly open them.
Oh.
Yeah, but that causes noise, though, so...
it's good to do when you just want to get a move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. You couldn't do that in Asylum, could you?
No. You didn't have a slide in Asylum.
So what? This game takes place like what? How long after Asylum?
A year, I think?
Yeah, I think it's a year.
Okay, I'm thinking of some other game then, because I thought that this game only took place a couple of days or whatever after Asylum.
Oh god, no. They couldn't have possibly set this up in a couple days.
Yeah, I don't know where I got that idea from. I must be thinking of something else. I don't know what, though. But, yeah, okay.
that conversion rate to make Arkham City was really fucking fast.
Well, if they were going to do this, they had to get all the civilians out. That alone would take ages, and that alone is reason to wonder why anyone would have thought this was a good idea.
Great. So Batman's on the way, and I'm guessing he'll be pissed at the boss. Camera down in Sector 1.
And 2. And 5.
And all of the sectors, all of the cameras are down. How did I not notice this a few seconds ago?
Oop.
1,000 points.
I really like
Not
flowing.
now, Zaz.
I really like flowing from one enemy to the other. It's less like fighting and more like dancing. It's like just watch.
Yeah, the Batutsi.
Yeah, just watch Batman twirl from one enemy to the next. It's breathtaking. A lot of the time, it's impressive that they managed to keep the animation flowing as well as it does. Like, there are occasional hiccups in that, or bits of clipping, but for the most part, it looks really good.
So you ever got to answer Zaz's phone call?
No.
Why does Batman never answer my call?
Batman, pick up the phone!
Would you like to accept the charges? No.
Collect call from Zaz!
Would you like to accept the charges? No.
No.
Aww.